Recently, everyone's been drawing the My Little Pony characters as humans, and when I was 12 years old, it was my absolute favorite show in the world. I was obsessed with it. So I decided there's no better opportunity than right now to redraw all of the ponies in my own style. I want to get on a little fun, and I want to make 12-year-old me very, very proud. So let's get started. So first up, we have our main character, Twilight Sparkle. Twilight's design is very simple. She's purple, blue, and pink. All her colors work really well with each other. One thing we will not be adding to the design is the unicorn horn. Wow, I feel like you know, like those clickbait videos? They're like, you won't believe this! And it's like a red arrow. Top 10 things you will not believe about Twilight Sparkle. Number 1. Getting off of that, we will not be drawing the unicorn horn because we're drawing as a human today, and I feel like she'd look really, really weird as a human with unicorn horns. We're avoiding that. But, you know, we're gonna work the cutie mark into her design and everything. Twilight is very academia. When I think of academia, I think of Rory Gilmore first, from the Gilmore Girls, and then I think of Twilight. So think books, all that jazz, academia. Just search it up on Pinterest. You probably searched it up already to play Dress to Impress, so you already know what the deal is. Twilight's actually my favorite character recently when I started watching it again. When I was a kid, I didn't like her that much because like I just like hated school. I was a hater as a kid. I didn't like to learn. Oh, wait, guys, my cat's pulling my headphones. She doesn't want to make the video. Java, why are you upset? She's looking at me with like anger in her eyes. She's not happy. She's sitting on the PC. Wait, maybe she's like a super lover of Twilight Sparkle and she didn't like me talking shit about her. I don't hate her anymore. I like her now. She's my favorite character now. I don't have any bad vibes with her anymore. Okay, so let's just jump right into the sketch and the drawing process. Twilight is a bookworm, so when I was thinking about the pose, I wanted us to be kind of like the perspective of a book on a bookshelf, and she's looking up at us, and she's grabbing books with her magic, and there's books scattered all over the floor, and it's all very, academia. I wasn't too confident going into this series because I didn't know how I'd portray all the ponies, but once I finished the sketch for Twilight, I was pretty hooked. I was pretty happy with everything. I feel like the sketch was one of the better sketches that I've ever done in my life, which is quite shocking because this is such a simple drawing. I just think it was the perspective that really helped me along. For our outfit, I made it quite simple. I decided to just go for like a collared shirt, a sweater vest, and a plaid skirt. I think the shining part of this design really is the belt, which I'll talk more about later. But overall, I was just going for that simple academia outfit. And the most troublesome thing of the design when I was drawing it was the skirt. The skirt. I don't like drawing plaid. I don't like drawing patterns at all. If I could get away with just throwing a pattern on something and getting away with it, like that's what I do every single time. But it just wasn't working here. No matter how I manipulated the pattern, it just didn't look right. So I ended up having to draw the plaid from skirt, and it was just so hard. Why was it so hard? Like, plaid is such like a, like, when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's plaid. But when you're drawing it, you're like, I have no idea what's going on here. I have no idea where these lines are going. I don't know what to do. So that was really trial and error, but I think that I pulled it off in the end. I think it looks great. It makes me want to draw plaid again because it looks good, but I really don't want to do that at the same time. So maybe you'll see plaid in my next few drawings. Maybe you will never see it ever again. I think the great thing about Twilight is her colors. I mean, her colors just work so well together. When it came to skin tone, I added a darker skin tone because I think that just fits her design better. I mean, all of these pony as human drawings are really just our own interpretations of the characters, our own views of them. So it doesn't really matter what you go with. This is just what I went with here. But whatever your preference is on the character, you should follow that. Everyone has their own idea about how these ponies look, so that's just how it is. And now time for the big reveal. Ta-da! Here's the final product, our Miss Twilight Sparkle. I think she looks very pretty. Okay, so as for the things that I like most about this design, I was so happy when I thought about the belt. Okay, so the belt, I wanted to do like a star and a moon kind of effect here because I wanted to do her relationship with like Luna and Celestia. I know Celestia is more like the sun, but the sun is a star, so like I'm not that dumb. I'm a little smart, and it just fits her. So I think it was a cute design to add like gold and silver into her design, as well as just like a nice little touch. I think that's like what I was trying to do with the cutie mark. I wasn't able to get it in that much, but that's close enough. Actually, on TikTok, this art got accused of being AI. It was so funny. It was just one person. And when you go to the comments of the video, it says like 65 comments, but you just click on it, and it's literally just one comment thread. The person who was like, "This is AI," and then everyone else being like, "No, no, no, no." People attacked at him like vultures. It was crazy. Like I never had people band together for me like that. But yeah, we convinced him in the end. We got him. I felt bad, honestly. Poor guy. Everything looks like AI nowadays. Anyway, that's our Twilight. What do you think? What are your opinions? I think that she looks very majestic, very mature, and very academia, which was the goal, so pulled it off. Alright, so our next pony is going to be Rarity, who is very elegant and pretty. I'm a bit worried about drawing her, just because I feel like I tend to draw characters really cute, and I don't draw them so much so as, like, elegant and cool, I guess is the vibe that I'm going for. Once again, we will not be doing the unicorn horn. Oh, that didn't draw at all. We will not be doing the unicorn horn, but I do want to incorporate her key mark as like earrings, possibly. And I am a bit worried about the hair because I feel like that's what really makes her. So I will try really hard for that. But eyeshadow, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I draw eyeshadow with my own model, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. Alright, so let's just jump in right into the sketch. So getting into the sketch, I decided I wanted to make her as pretty as possible, but also give her kind of like a sultry look. I feel like she kind of has that vibe. I really hope all the ponies are like considered all adults. I would assume that's the case in the show, that they're all like their mid-20s. That'd be really weird, except like Equestria Girl, they're in like their teenage years, but we're not counting that. We're doing like their mid-20s. So we're going for kind of like a sultry look. I gave her kind of this white blazer and skirts with heels. Now for the heels, that was actually the whole point of the pose. I wanted to show the underside of the heel a little bit, the color of the bottom, because I was thinking the whole time, red bottoms, red bottoms. I don't know anything about high fashion, but I always hear about the red bottoms shoes, the Louboutin shoes, I guess they are, and I wanted to add that in for the drawing. So I added them in. However, red bottoms wouldn't fit her at all with her character design and the colors and everything, so I made them actually blue bottoms. I don't know if maybe that's not in fashion. Sorry to Louboutin. When I came to this drawing, I definitely spent a lot of time on the background, probably more than I spent on her. I don't know why I made the background so detailed. I think once I started adding the chair, I was just like, well, the chair has to be on top of something. And then I added that, and I was like, oh, the things have to be on top of the wood floor. I mean, it looks so empty. And I just kept adding more and more. And honestly, it worked, but I probably should have just left it at the chair and nothing else. I didn't even do much of the background for Twilight, so I don't know why I felt the need to do so much more for Rarity. Also, when drawing her eyes, I was so happy with them when they looked in the sketch, and I was like, oh my god, these are the best eyes I've ever drawn. And then I was coloring them, and I made her eyelid like way too high up. It looked actually crazy. So always make sure to fix things. And also one of the eyes was rotated way too far a certain way, so it looked so wonky. So always make sure to flip your canvas. I do it a lot, but I still miss things. But flipping your canvas is just a really good way to point out mistakes, just to make sure everything looks accurate. Everything should look just as good as it does mirrored as it does when it's just in this normal format, so it's a good way to check for any mistakes. But that is it for our drawing, so let's take a look at the finished product. Ta-da! It is Rarity. I think we did a super good job on this one. I think the best part of it is the hair. It looked super glossy. As for me, I feel like hair is usually either very hit or miss. I think sometimes hair is one of my best qualities, where other times it just really falls flat. But here, I think it turned out really good. I especially like her earrings. I think they represent her cutie mark very well. I think overall she has a very Daphne from Scooby-Doo look to her. Let me know if you see that as well. I think it's pretty much the scarf. But I like her expression. I think I fixed the eyes, which is good. I definitely put a lot more effort into the background than I did for Twilight, so I'm very sorry to Miss Twilight about that. But what do you think of Rarity? And last but not least for today's video, we have Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie was actually one of my two favorites when I was a kid. It was her and Fluttershy. When I was around 12, my favorite colors were yellow and pink, so it makes sense. But let's just get straight into the sketch here. So what do you think of when you think of Pinkie Pie? You think of her big curly pink hair, and you think of fun, confetti, sweets, and all that, so I wanted to reflect all of that in her design. I decided to go with kind of like a Lolita style for her fashion today. I just thought all the frills and the bows would be very cute and fun, and I think it would fit her well. I do wonder what you guys think the characters, what kind of fashions they would wear. So if you have any other suggestions, let me know. But that's what I went with for her today. And for her shoes, I was so excited when I thought about this. I added roller skates because I just thought that there's no way that Pinkie Pie wouldn't own a pair of roller skates and wear them all around the town, roll around and everything. So I just thought it was the cutest idea, so I added that in. Now, I do think the thing that you have to get right when drawing Pinkie Pie is that you have to get her hair right. It's her most important feature, in my opinion. So I was really disappointed when I didn't make it as curly as I wanted it to. When I was doing the sketch, I thought it was curly enough. I thought it was fine. But as I was coloring it, I was like, oh, this sucks. I failed. And it's always too late. Like, I spend hours on these drawings. So once I've done the sketch, and like especially such a big part of it like that, there's really no going back. So I tried to salvage it as much as I can. I do like the 2 pigtails that I added though. I think one of them looks like a heart, which I think is very cute. And the bangs are also very nice. So this is something I will just have to improve on in the future when I draw curly hair. As for her other features, I know a lot of people consider her to be black coated, so I made her black here today. And I think when it comes to Pinkie Pie, she's actually the one that a lot of people have discourse about when people redesign her as a human, when it comes to her weight. Some people want her to be plus size, some people think that's bad. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. The reason I've decided to make her more plus size here today is because I really just don't get the opportunity to do it. I usually draw characters from animes I like or streamers that I like, and none of them are plus size. I guess it's just like a media representation thing, the amount of them. I really wanted to try it here today. I think I actually did an okay job here. I don't know if it's perfect or anything like that, but I think it's very good for a first try. Do let me know what you think. I do kind of have artist blindness in that way. I've definitely been looking at this for long, and I think just like looking at it first glance, maybe it doesn't come off that way, but when you compare it to my other drawings, I think you can really tell. It definitely was a good thing to try, and I hope I didn't cover up any like folds or anything with the clothes too much. That was actually one of my biggest worries, is that like I'd cover too much and then you wouldn't even be able to tell, which is why I tried to make the legs and the arms thicker as well. So I hope it worked. Let me know. I also added a lot of candy details to her. I added kind of like these bubblegum things to her hair, pigtails around them. I added strawberries to the bows to reflect the whole sweets theme, and then I added a peppermint choker. I don't know if she likes peppermint, but we're just going with the theme of sweets here, so whatever works. I will say another thing I was disappointed about is the whole time I was doing the sketch, I was thinking, confetti, confetti, confetti. I'm gonna add confetti to her hair, because I saw another person do that, or I guess it was like sprinkles. Someone else did that in a video, in a TikTok. I'll put it on the screen. But I just thought it was the cutest thing ever, and I decided when I was gonna draw her, I was gonna add that, and then I forgot. And I was too lazy to go back in and add it, so just imagine that she has sprinkles in her hair, blue and yellow sprinkles. And this is the final product for Pinkie Pie. I think you can tell what I'm talking about here about the hair. It looks more fake curly instead of actually curly, which I am very disappointed about. But the balloons in the back are meant to represent her cutie mark, so the blue, yellow, blue. So I think that turned out really well. Overall, I think it is a really fun piece. It just has a lot of mistakes, so I am pretty disappointed about that, but that's just something we're gonna have to improve in the future. But let me know what you think, if it turned out at least okay. I will definitely try my best in the future, but at least 12-year-old me would be very impressed, and isn't that the goal at the end of the day? And that's all it for all of our ponies today. Did you have a favorite? I promise that I'll do the other 3 at some point. I don't know when that will be, but I will get started with that as soon as I am done with this video. But let me know if there's anyone in particular you're excited to see, or if you'd like me to do any other series as humans in the future. I will see you next time, and please like and subscribe. Thank you! Bye-bye!